Welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl, Denise Joy. In today's video, I'm going to take you step by step through how to transform a wall in your home using paint and a stencil. How did I go from this to this? Let me show you how. Using a stencil is a great way to give your walls a unique flair and personality. The stencil that I'm using in this video, I picked up from an Etsy shop. I'll be sure to leave the link to that specific stencil in the description below, along with a list of must-have supplies that will make your stenciling job quick, fast, and easy. Something really unique about this particular stencil job, I used the same stencil on the top of the TV stand, which is a vintage chest that I made modern. I'm using that stencil on the wall as well. One of the first things you'll need to do is to create what I call a set line. That means you're going to use a level and you're going to create a little light line. Draw it with a pencil that creates the level set point so you know where each stencil is going to go along the wall and keep everything level. Here, I'm using my set line to line up the second layer of the stencil with the first. You can see in the video that I'm using the blue painter's tape to secure the stencil to the wall when I'm ready to paint. My first tip, do not put a lot of paint on your sponge roller. You just need a little bit and light pressure. After a few strokes of your roller brush, peel that stencil back just to make sure that you're not getting any bleeding. That means that the paint is leaking through the edges of the fine lines of the stencil and that the paint saturation is exactly like you want it. For your supplies, you are going to need a 6-inch sponge roller. In my opinion, this is the best tool to use for stenciling. It gives you terrific control and you really can roll that paint off and apply in those light strokes to get the kind of saturation you prefer. Also have used the stippling brush and even an artist sponge cut down to very small chunks so I could get greater control with the stippling effect for the stencil. In this particular project, I only used the 6-inch sponge roller. You'll also need the 6-inch tray. You could use a larger tray if that's all you have to hold your paint. You'll also need some blue painter's tape, and you're going to need what I call a roll-off shirt or something to roll the paint off on. Originally, I thought I would only do 2 rows of stencil on this wall. Once I finished, I realized that I wanted more depth, more texture and dimension behind that TV stand, so I got to work. This stencil job is part of episode 3 of my series DIY Duo Redesign. So this second row of stencils is actually being done on the second day of the installation. I am carefully using the alignment markings right on the stencil to make sure that each row of stencil is level and accurate. The last thing we need is for it to be crooked. Here's another tip. Usually when I paint, I wear painter's gloves, but I discovered that when I'm stenciling, I need greater control. I need the feel of either the stippling brush or the sponge roller in my hand so that I really feel how much paint and how much pressure I'm putting on the stencil. So in other words, ditch the gloves. Don't be afraid of bending your stencil. High quality stencils are designed to have a little give in them. When I got to this corner, you see how I had to bend the stencil to make it fit. And I had to really kind of tuck it in there with my hand. So you're using a combination of painter's tape and your own hand pressure to keep the precision in the stencil. Now it's time to decorate. Trust me, you can do this. Just take your time. Use the realignment markings already on the stencil to make sure that everything stays level and even, and work your way to the end. Be sure to hit that like button and let me know what you think of this video by leaving me a comment right down below. And if you have not subscribed yet, hey, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button right below. Thanks so much for joining me, and I can't wait to share my next videos just for you.